Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode. Just finishing up my last episode. I'm going to be talking about what I had originally told you I was going to talk about, which is how to get started. You can see my dog right there. You like that? When you sit down with me, we're going to go over a lot of different steps and strategies. I'm going to touch base on those a little bit for you here. That way, you kind of have an understanding. Initially, you need to just get information, okay? The more information you have, the more knowledge you have, the easier a lot of this will become. And you'll know what steps to then take, and you'll know what questions to ask.
The right mentor will know those initial questions, will know how to guide you and how to tell you this is what needs to be done. That way you'll then start to have questions, and then when you come sit back down, those questions can be answered and you can start developing your knowledge base. So the first things first is you want to get onto blogs, you want to get onto websites that have information like this My Business Baby I was telling you guys in the last episode. So it's just an article that I wrote, and I've written a few of them, and I'm going to start writing more. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, go to the website, sign up, and you'll start to receive these straight to your email. And I'm not the only one. You can get onto other websites like biggerpockets.com and start just reading different blogs and just learning. That's all you're doing. So you'll just read them, quick reads. Usually, sometimes they're longer. My articles they don't really have fluff. They get straight to the meat really quick, so they're usually not very long. But I feel like you get more substance out of it instead of reading a lot of fluff material that you just want to skim through. You'll actually get straight to the meat. Go to the website. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll notice I have over 60 videos that I started last year. And yes, granted, last year I've already kind of apologized. I didn't really go all out with it. I kind of just half-assed it, just like what I've been talking about. And I saw it more as just doing this was for y'all. And so I was going through some things personally, and I was not having my head in it. And so I've had to sit down and correct myself, and I had to sit down with my own mentor and get an ass whooping so I can get my thoughts straight, and so it's going to help me, and so I can help y'all.
Just go through all of these videos, go through, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, share, comment, do all that stuff. And I do reply on the comments. So if you comment, I will, and you have questions or if you have concerns or tell me to change some things, like someone already did, like I had uploaded a video that didn't work with the audio. That's great. Comment, please talk to me, communicate, and I'll communicate back with you. But I'm not the only channel. There's other channels out there too that do really well, like Graham Stephen. He does really well. And I'll provide a link to his channel right there in that corner over there. So the other thing too is just go to those websites where you're trying to learn about. So if wholesaling is where you're going to start, going to my website here, Superhero Home Buyers. This allows you to start. Read through it. You'll start to understand what people are offering. You'll see what different people say, and then you'll kind of be able to just collaborate and siphon and funnel that information to more coherent knowledge for you. And then once you get up here, go to the blogs. A lot of websites like mine and other people have blogs for you to read, and they're just those short articles. That way you can get little bits of information here and there, and they'll start to add up. And the more information you have, the more questions you'll be able to have. And then last but not least, change up your routine. No more music in your car. Podcasts, news, and I wouldn't even say news. Podcasts and audiobooks. News should be a treat. So I listen to the news on my way to anything in the morning. That's my morning routine. Listen to the news really quick. Get my little spurts. Crank it up on these podcasts. You can actually crank up the listening speed. I crank it up to like 1.5. That way you can get that information quick. Just move on to the next podcast. I'm a sponge. I love cranking that information into my brain and getting it as fast as I can. Some people are slower. Some people need to really listen to it, and that's fine. I recommend listening to everything twice. Stitcher is just one of the options. There's Google Podcasts. There's Apple. There's all that stuff. That's fine. Whatever you want to use, that's okay. But just know that you need to have a list of your favorites created, so that way you're having a routine, and that way the first thing you're doing every Monday is waking up and you start listening to your podcast, growing your mindset, and going through it on a weekly basis, and then just listening to the next episodes and the next episodes and the next episodes. So if you're just starting out, I recommend finding 3 or 4 podcasts that you really can connect to. It's gonna be a learning curve. You're gonna be trying out several dozen different podcasts and finding the ones that you connect with, ones that you think deliver the best information for you, the way you like to learn. Everyone's different. Everyone learns different. So you just need to identify the best ones for you. Obviously, the first one that you should sign up for is Fun Ain't Free, right? Because, why not? Best voice on the radio, right? The second one I recommend is Matt Theriault, Epic Real Estate Investing. I really respect the way that he does things, ex-military, and he just cuts to the meat of it. There's no fluff, really. And, of course, the first couple minutes, what I've learned to do is on the first couple minutes of almost every podcast, I kind of just skip it so I can get to the information already. I know your routine. I know your shtick, and you're trying to market your different websites and stuff, and that's cool. But just skip it. The next podcast I would recommend is going to be obviously Rich Dad Radio and Bigger Pockets Real Estate Podcast. Those are my 2 next. And when you start to actually get those podcasts, you're going to notice that when you go through the episodes list that you have, there's hundreds of episodes that you have not heard. Start from the beginning and start going up the list and start getting caught up. Okay, that's what I recommend. Just listening to it all day. Have your AirPods in or whatever, getting caught up on all this podcast, cramming information into your brain. And that's about it. Getting started is just about acquiring information. And the more information you have, the faster you're going to see results. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, share, comment, talk to me, and I'll reach back out to you guys. And I hope to see you on the next one.